echoing back. I hope it wasn't. I realized the mic's on, and I realized it was coming through the speakers and on my headphones like it's supposed to. Excellent. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. What else am I gonna do now? I need my shit. It's fat like a sumo. Slapping that ass. Face in the grass. You don't think I'm doing it right? Oh, just because you can't outright me. Alright, we don't need that to be that loud. My head. Head, Dune, new. Alright. I probably could have gone on earlier, but like just a few minutes early, but then I decided to knock my camera in, like the paint cam, so to speak, whatever, palette cam. Decided to smack that right into my goddamn paint. So I have to clean that off first. I think this will be it tonight. I think we can do it. Yeah, I think it's possible. We're gonna go for it. Let's put it that way. We're sure shit gonna try. So hopefully all this stuff has a little bit of moisture still to it. Hopefully. In my sea of love, looking at your servant I am. Will you give it to me? This love in me. My biggest concern is that actually that all this shit, and it's looking like it's pretty much guaranteed at this point because it'll dry it up already. So I'm gonna have to go back into that anyway. See fucker get up. Come on, get down. Let us see. Hey, what's going on, Mike? How you doing? What's good tonight? Anything good? Give it to me. How's your weekend been? All set for work tomorrow? As I recall, you like your job, right? So it's financing, I think. I'll pick up on it shortly if I don't. I found out I need a new leaf blower today. I finally decided to tackle this. There was a pile that was just growing and growing and growing. I don't know where the hell these leaves are coming because there ain't no trees around here that have leaves left on them. Other than my evergreen stuff, and it's not those, obviously. So I went to go through it with my leaf blower and it kept getting jammed. And I was like, okay, well, alright, I'll just do it by hand. And I went to unplug my extension cord and it wouldn't come out. Uh-oh. What's that mean? Alright, see, you keep telling me to say stuff like this, and I'm gonna check it. I'll allow it. Alright, let's see what this is. Come on. Come on, you're gonna give me it's easy on me, are you? No. Let's see here. Oh, that's cool. So I live extremely close to my family, so I see my in-laws and my parents pretty much all the time. My in-laws not as much anymore. They moved away a little. Yeah, I mean, not that far, but they used to be literally around the corner. Where's the translations? Come on. Oh yeah, so I said translate. Alright, let's see. Chupame, Los Comos. What is it? Alright. Give me the translation, dude. I don't know. Yeah, where's Google Translate? Come on, I'm gonna be an ass on Google. Ah, okay. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's alright. I say stupid shit in English too, so. No, so like I said, it used to be, my in-laws used to live literally around the corner, so they would just come over. It was very much like everybody loves Raymond, except for I don't mind my in-laws, you know? Like, so. As much as, say, Deborah minded Ray's parents. So. In fact, we just had dinner tonight with my folks too. My nieces were over, so we had to go see them. And they're trying to get me to say bad things in Spanish. And I'm dumb enough to do it. What's it? Suck my... Is it my balls? Or... I mean, it's translating badly, so it's like my cocos. So it's trying to say like my chocolate. That's what I get for relying on Google Translate, I guess. I expect this bad boy to be done tonight. That's my goal. If I can get this sucker done, it's gonna be huge. I expected this thing to be like a 12 to 13 at least stream, episode stream or whatever. He's been grooving. Across the sea, we brought us pain and misery. Some of this paint is dried up on me. Shit. I don't want to lose the coloring. We gave him hell. Too much for greed. On the plains. It's back to the homes. Fighting them at their own game. Murder for freedom, stab in the back. My wife's giving me a little hint about when I look for the Elseworlds crossover thing. Wait, so you're buying stuff for the new dog or looking for a new dog? Just so I understand. What kind of dog do you have? Or are you getting? Since I don't understand. I want to make sure I'm right about the question. Oh, okay. What kind of dog is it? To the hills. Oh, golden retriever? Nice. My wife and I keep talking about a dog. It's just that every time we get close to it, something comes up like cuckoo that fucks up our finances, and we're like, God damn it, you know, we're gonna have to. Alright, we gotta focus on this, because it's like we could get the dog still, it's just that taking care of the dog would become the problem. So, we end up calling it, like, we're looking at a basset hound, only because we don't have a lot of yard. Like, we have very, very little yard. A tragically sad amount of yard. So I was like, a basset hound doesn't have a, yeah, it's a low energy dog, so I figured that would be a good one. Plus, my mom's terrified of dogs, and she has to come over all the time. So, I figured a basset hound too, where just really like run to the door and then be like, it'd be better for my mom to tolerate. My son wants an Irish wolfhound, which I wouldn't mind, but again, tragically small. And I was like, I would not do that to that dog. It's not intended, but that actually didn't work out too bad. And in the east, the dawn was breaking. Okay, see you then. I'll be here for at least 2.5 hours tonight, I think. Let's put it this way. If this finishes up before then, I'll turn it off, but I think it's going to take probably close to that time. Flash of light, my golden coat flew out of sight. Darkness changed into darkness, I was left alone. May I return to the beginning, the light is dimming, and the dream is too. The world and I, we are still waiting, still hesitating, any dream will do. Get over there. Get that off. Take that. There we go. I don't know if Mr. Capu's still here or not. But if you can, please pass along a message, if you could, to Mr. Menaceart, right? Just as a, it's not like a warning. It's just a funny thing. I have gotten into a habit of, I'm going to start drawing some of the Twitch streamers that I follow during my lunch break at work. So, well, it's Twitch and YouTube. I'm going with both because I have a couple people on YouTube I think I'd like to do too, but I don't follow them on here. Even some of them have Twitch channels. I don't know why. I don't tend to follow too much gaming. I mean, I follow some gamers, and a lot of times it's because they were following me on Instagram or something, and they said, "Hey, follow back." And I'm like, "Yeah, go. I'll do that." if you could let him know, there's potential that he could end up with a drawing of himself. I'm not sending it to him, don't get me wrong. It's going to still stay in my collection, but like, it's just practice. I will post it on my Instagram, not Facebook. Well, I think it was on Facebook too. I haven't synced up. I'm rambling. I feel weird about today. I don't know. As I said, I need to get a new leaf blower. That's my news of today, because I went to unplug it and my extension cord had sealed to it, like it had fused. Now this thing had blown out on me a while back with a different extension cord, and it had some rough stuff around the edges, but it was working. It's been working all summer. It hadn't caused me any major issues. So, but today it decided to give me all sorts of trouble, and I went to unplug it, like I said. When it unplugged, kept tugging, and look, I'm not the strongest guy. I know that. I'd like to think I'm not that weak. I'm like ripping it apart and think fucking thing's not coming off. And I was like, that's why I figured out, oh, this fucker fused. This fucker's not coming out ever, like. So I took him out to it and smashed the shit out of the fucking. I'm sure the neighbors are all enjoying that part. He's gone crazy again. Yeah. Look, it's not the first time. Certainly ain't gonna be the last. A little bit around this there. I want to make sure I get that. Beep, 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 beep. Alright. I apologize if I'm standing in front of this thing a lot of time, because it's going to be... This is going to be a bit of a rough, back and forth with this. So this is I've been putting this off for a reason, like I've been putting the face off for a very long time for a reason. Because again, this isn't a generic dog. This is my daughter's dog that had just passed away. She spent a number of years with this dog. And it's on her mother's side, it's not mine, like I said, so. Yeah, when I paint my pets, it's a little different. I mean, only slightly, but I kind of look at it. I was talking with my daughter, my youngest actually, about being an artist, and she asked me about my beard and why I've been growing it out. And I said the reason I'm growing it out is because I don't want to. Basically, I don't know what else to paint next. I need something quick, and I need something that should be over before the end of the year. So I said I'll do a self-portrait. And so I said, and she goes, "Daddy, why do a lot of artists do self-portraits?" And I said, "Well, sweetheart, it's because," I said, "if I hire somebody else, that costs money. And I don't have money." I said, "But if I paint myself, it doesn't cost me nothing." And I said, the other thing too is, I said, sometimes when you paint portraits, and especially for someone like me, I like to worry about light and color over anything else. So I may not be interested necessarily always in making the portrait look like the portrait, if you know what I mean. Like I might be worried about something else, and I'll be focused on that entirely. And I think a lot of people, especially people that are not into the arts, especially, might be a little caught off guard by that. That's it. I don't know if that's the way to put it, but they and I said, the thing is, I said with Daddy, I said, if I'm painting a self-portrait and I want to just worry about like the way, say light captures from like this little, like right at the change of the zygomatic arch, like right as it shifts down. If I want to worry about that, I don't got a problem with that, Everything else gets fucked up in the portrait and doesn't look like me. What do I care? It's me. I knew what I was going for, you know? I'm not going to be, oh, that doesn't look like me, to myself. This fucking song, stop playing that one. Fuck. Anyway. So with the exception of like a few friends and a few very close friends, who unfortunately don't live very close anymore, I tend not to paint too many other portraits because, as of right now, I don't want to really get caught in the drama of like, I paint my husband, and it's like, this doesn't look like my husband. You know, and shit. Can you do that without doing all your little dashes? I've had that. I've freaked the fuck out once. It's like, yeah, let's not even try this to go a step farther. Like, how about we just stop? Stop. Get your pants in. Need a kiss. Why can't I get just one screw? Why can't I get just one screw? Believe me, I know what to do, but something won't let me make love to you. Even my comic book style, somebody wants to. Can you just not do it in that style? Can you make it look something different? It's like, yeah, can you not email me ever again? It's something to do with luck. I've waited my whole life for just one day. After day, I get angry, and I will say that the day is in my sight. You're not the only one. Mom. Think about what your boy has done. He's walking around like he's number one. Downtown and got him a gun. Shoot that thing at me. Don't shoot that thing at me. You know you got my sympathy, but don't shoot that thing at me. Don't shoot that thing at me. Don't shoot that thing at me. You know you got my sympathy, but don't shoot that thing at me. Make a joke. Words hypnotize, words make my mouth exercise. Words fail the magic prize. Nothing I can say when I'm in your thighs. Mama. I'd love to love you, lover. City's restless, it's ready to pounce. Oh, mama. I'd love to love you, lover. The city's restless, it's ready to pounce. We gotta add it up. 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 We gotta add it up. Add it up. After day, I get angry, and I will say that the day is in my sight. When I get around and say goodnight.
back of the room. I hear a voice shout out, you want something good. Run from a little closer, your face. Yeah, come on a little closer by the front of the stage. Yeah, say, come on a little closer, I got something to say. Yeah, come on a little closer, wanna see your face. You see him in the devil in the buena buena. And since I met the devil, I ain't been the same, oh no. I feel right now, I have to tell ya. I think it's time for me to finally introduce you to the buena, 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 good, good, good. It's coming to me. It's coming to me. No, I think I know what is real. I know some people wanna make you change. Well, I know how to make it go away. You see, met the devil named Buena Buena. Since I met the devil, I ain't been the same, oh no. And I feel right now, I have to tell y'all. That didn't work out. Something went wrong there. What is it? What went wrong? Well, it's ending right here, right where we stand. At least no one's pretending like that would even be bad. Made it to the winter. Oh no, summer too warm. I wouldn't live anywhere else, but don't say you weren't warm. Ooh, beautiful Seattle. Fall to the sea. Earthquake, tsunami. There's still no place I'd rather be. Earthquake, tsunami. Can't get to the spot really easily. Did you hear it? Taking its stride. It's very worth defending. To a corner. Where's Shabu? There's no substitute. Beautiful Seattle. Fall to the sea. Earthquake, tsunami. There's still no place I'd rather be. Earthquake, tsunami, there's still no place I'd rather be. Yeah, we already know. Wanna be when the online goes. Uh-oh, let's do the winter. Summer too warm. Beautiful Seattle, fall into the sea. Shapeshifters programming, there's still no place I'd rather be. Feel just a king. I just missed my baby. And her name don't mean a thing to me, 'cause I just kissed my baby. Feels so good. I just kissed my baby. Well, I'm going back soon. Let's kiss my baby. Alright, so it's like we got this like go with that for now, and then we'll try it. Wow, 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 wow.
I had a chuckle. Now, there's been a meme for a while about how long CVS receipts are, and I've seen some pretty wild ones, and I guess I never really decided to check into like how long the ones I get back are. But tonight I bought one tiny bottle. They're about this big, like nothing, of melatonin. 10 milligram bottle of melatonin. Yeah, or per pill, I guess. Alright. Because I have sleeping issues. I've talked about that a couple times on here. I have issues sleeping because I'm a neurotic mess. And, so I bought this bottle. My receipt for the one bottle of melatonin was so fucking long. I mean, I know there's coupons and whatever, but seriously. The thing printed out something that was so long, it was about 4 inches taller or shorter than my 8-year-old daughter. Like, how the fuck does that happen? Wow, wow. Kiss my baby. Just kiss my baby. Just kiss my baby. Get it on. Just kiss my baby. Just kiss my baby. You know, I probably should just do this one with the yellow ochre because it's gonna. Mixing it nicely. Oh, you know, that's not gonna be. We're gonna mix a little bit column A, a little bit column B. Make sure it all gets in there. Good inside. Just kiss my baby. But I'm gonna want that green color to come through a little better. That is on my side. Because especially once it goes against the pinks and violets, it'll work out nicely. Kiss my baby. Just kiss my baby. Now, I haven't played this one in a while, and I'm not going to again. I played it the other day, I should say. I hadn't played it a while before that. But I played my band's old album the other day. Like high school band. Like, not high school band, but the band I played with in high school. And Yeah, it was terrible, and as to be expected. But the part I want to talk about that is when I remember when we wrote one of the songs, it was called 1982, and it was just supposed to be like kind of a weird random funk thing, and my buddy had said like, look, all I want is you to just be like 1982, like yeah, that's totally funky, and I'm like okay, whatever, and that's what we went with, and I always felt weird about the songs. I was like, dude, I'm really like overselling the oh good God and the funky, you know, like stuff like. And then I started listening to funk for real. It's like, no, I actually underdid it. I probably should have done more. I gotta be careful here. I don't accidentally paint an enemy to all mankind. A fucking dog from Duck Hunt. Because it's starting to bear a slight resemblance, and I don't want to accidentally start painting that dog. I'm gonna be like on target with like, okay, here's Champ, and now it's that fucking dog. Yes, there's going to be a lot of me chipping into one area here and going back and like, nah, I'll chip out it a little bit. And I'm gonna, you know, that one didn't quite work. And that, yeah, so just so everybody understands what this episode will be like tonight. Not that there's anybody really here anymore. So if I see two viewers and I have my dashboard open on the one and dashboard open on the other, two monitoring areas, I know that it's me, both of them. I gotta find a way to make people more interested in what is likely going to be the finale of the painting. I mean, this is big for me. I don't know if anybody understands this. Like, I know I've talked about it before, but like, my goal this year, when I started this year, and before I started streaming on Twitch even, my goal was simple. I wanted to hit 12 paintings for the year. One per month as an average. That was the only thing I was aiming for. And I thought, you know, it's certainly a achievable goal. But I was like, it's still with how slow I'd been painting and the way things certainly were factored at the time, and they will probably be factored that way again very shortly. When it comes to my life and schedule, it's like, it's gonna be, it's doable. It's just gonna be tough. And yet here I am. Let me I gotta hit my notebook real quick to verify. I believe I am now on. This is painting 14. I want to make sure. Got a little notebook here. Hold on. And it's gone. Where's my notebook? Where's my fucking little notebook? This is seriously not funny. Because it wasn't the other notebook, it was the little one notebook. This little tiny guy. It's right there. Well, shit. Fuck, where did it go? For real. I can't even think where else I would have put it. Damn it. Alright, now I'm gonna make another list. Hold on. What's this? Where's its pen? I'm gonna have to spend some time in here and look around. Alright, I just want to think about stuff I have a book here. I got it. So the first painting was the horse shit. That was the first painting this year. Then I think it was a still life with fruit. Let's see, we did the bridge. We did Trixie. I think we did Trixie before the bridge. Doesn't really matter right now. Kyram. What else did we do? I'm not trying to do this in order. I'm just trying to think of it. We did Zen Fountain. We did the House and Barn. We did El Sueno. St. Thomas. Villanova. Trees. Narrow 95. Ocean View, right? The Ocean View. I'm forgetting something. Oh, Wilma. We did a portrait of Wilma, that's right. Lifestyle of Wilma. We did Tree Roots Moss. Moss, not Ross, and then Champ. Right, I think that's everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes, this is 14. I think. That doesn't sound right. I thought that was 14. Am I forgetting one? No, the one I mailed away, that was the year before. Then Fountain and Bridge. Porsche, I guess it was 14. I'm thinking. I'm trying to think, but nothing happens. Let's try this. Let's see if I can try to find it on my Facebook. No, that's not right. I should think. That's a bit of a pains. Of course, there's a lot of photos in there. Year. This is in Fountain. House and Barn. Suena de la Razón. Kyram, Wilma. Bridge. Alright, so then it was Trixie. Yeah. Okay, so I guess that is it. Okay, that is everything. So 14 so far. So it'll be about 15 by the time we're said and done for the year. And that makes me kind of happy. What the hell did that little bug go? Oh, there it is. Alright, let's see. Oh wow, that's funny. This is actually, I didn't realize that. Haha. This notebook actually has notes in it from when I went to the Preston Steve show to promote the comic I did for them. That's funny. I totally forgot about that. Like it's got notes about where the where the book was available, who to urging people to buy from the shop. It was for the second issue, so the shop who did it? It's Brave New Worlds Comics. That helped me on that one. I was like urging people like, hey, please buy there because maybe they'll do reprints of the book if we sell out. That'd be dope. And then when Mr. Bill Weston went, no more reprints. And I went, oh, okay, but. Champ. There's Champ right there. Alrighty. Alright, so we're going to put a little more light on there. A little bit, right? Gonna use some of the sandy color again. And I switched to this real small brush because I want to make it so that we have a kind of like a sense of, we get a little better sense of fur on the face, and the face is going to be much more subtle stuff going on anyway, right? I mean, that's always the way it is with anybody's face. So I want to make sure that we have all these little subtle moments. Well, I want to hope that I can get them. That's what I want.
It's like either I get too much or I get too little. So I can't simply grab my one out of it. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Just a tad. There we go. So I can counter it. It does the orange. And it'll mix in together in your eye. It's pretty interesting little spot going on as well. It goes up and down at the same time. It's very weird. Anybody see that? Let's see, it was here. The vegetable man with the vegetable van with the one that's honking like a mariachi band. Las aves. Altos Michaelos. Que un bueno. Que un bueno. Bandos blancos troops. Your popsicle run. Bueno. Okay. The vegetable man. Yep, bro. Cool. What's possible? Where's my connection? Looks like I lost my connection on my Twitch. Interesting. Let's try refreshing. Cause... I just want to see something. I want to compare it where I left it. Ah. Yeah, it's starting to look a little more like Champ there. Slowly but surely we're digging him out of there. Alright, we're gonna do like a little promo. In a sec. Slowly but surely we're digging Champ out of here. It's coming to be a little bit. So I don't know if we'll make it all the way till 10:30 on this stream tonight, but we're getting there. We're working on Champ. Let's see if I can do this. There's a way to add links and shit. I don't know how. What's that do? No. Oh.
Trying to learn to use the stories a little more too. I don't use them very much. Look, I'm an old man yelling at the clouds. I know that when it comes to this shit. I'm hoping I just pick it up a little bit better and better. I'd like to have better equipment though. That would help. I don't know. You go, well, you know, you gotta learn how to play guitar before you buy buying a Les Paul ain't gonna do nothing for you. But I'm slowly learning how to do all this shit. And yes, though, buying a Les Paul isn't gonna make you a better guitar or anything like that, but a guitar player. But having better cameras will most certainly make me a better streamer. One day. Champ is starting to come together though. I think I'm starting to see him. So it's a little odd for me because I never really looked at this dog like this is my daughter's dog on her mother's side. I always looked at this dog like this thing was about to get me. Danielle MC, how are you? Ciao. Is that you say goodbye? Did you just come in and say goodbye? Or it's like aloha, it's hello and goodbye. Sono Italiano? I speak almost no Italian. I speak almost as good as the Spanish that they were trying to get me to say earlier today. My wife knows a little since she's Italian, but not much. I mean, I know it's Italian, but I just don't know whether... Like, the only Italian I ever learned was from the restaurant I worked at. So it was, just basically the hellos and goodbyes and prego and grazie. I can figure most of it out. Like, if you post something, I can figure out a good amount, but I can't. It's like Spanish. Like, I know enough to be dangerous and confuse words. The only thing, like I said, it would be like, God, I haven't spoken in a long time. Like I said, it was only stupid shit, like, it was like Buenos Suerte, like stupid, and I said, what was it? What the hell do we have to greet on the phone? Oh God, this is gonna kill me. You're sending me back, like, literally 20 years. Shit, what did we have to do in the restaurant? There was like a certain way you had to like answer the phone. I can't remember what it was. Like I said, I can't say. I can understand it more than I can speak it. Just because any of those romantic languages, Italian, Spanish, French, even English and German. German's a little harder. It's still technically considered a Latin language, but it's not really. Like, it's like, it doesn't have the same. Like, I don't know, there's enough similarities between, say, Italian and Spanish or even French that you kind of can go along with them, and then German adds like 30 extra syllables to shit. Like I said, I tried to learn a couple languages before. I've tried to learn French. I've tried to learn Spanish. I actually tested really high in Spanish class when I was in high school. I just couldn't keep it going. Like, they wanted me to go jump up to Spanish 4 in my junior year, but I couldn't do it because it would have interfered with taking art classes. And I was like, if I go to college, I wasn't even planning really at the time. I was like, if I even consider it, I probably should have 1 or 2 art classes under my belt before I go. figure they might enjoy that a little bit more than having 0. Regardless of what skill or lack thereof I had at the time. So I dropped out of it, and then without... 2 things occurred. One was I did not have really anywhere to practice it. Nobody around me really spoke Spanish very often or anything. And then the second thing that happened was more recent, which is I had a breakdown. So okay, I don't know what that's. Ciao, sucha. Sushi a la fava. What are they saying there? Because I tried to capture it, cut it out. Come on, pick it up. Yeah, go this way. Copy. This didn't work last time with the Spanish. Let's do this first. I said, go ahead, try to get me some. Come on, taste it. Taste it. Come on, stupid. There we go. Ah, you suck the bean. Suki a la fava. Yeah, I also had it. I don't care. I guess fava would make sense. Fava bean, yeah. See? Alright. Shit, what the hell do I have to do? But no, I'd had a mental breakdown that I feared, well, about just about 2 years soon. Since my memory's been shot. Watch this channel enough and you'll see me repeating stories because I don't know that I told them before or not. And I may have done it in the previous episodes, just that I'm... To be deep. Not happy with my problem complexion. Deep. Yeah, it's very much a probably falls more into Post-Impressionist. It's very Van Gogh-esque. But I'm starting to move a little bit away from him than I used to. But it's still kind of thick, still kind of, you know. Oh, come on, that's a shitty song too. That too. What the hell are you doing today? There we go. Bootzilla. I have something I'm planning to start. Well, I've started working on it a little bit. I haven't done it in a while. I think we'll change stuff. I think I'm actually going to try to implement it in the next painting. Since it's going to be a self-portrait, like the next painting will be a self-portrait. Just because if it doesn't work, I don't care. I'm not going to offend anybody. It's me, you know. Like, I don't give a shit if I fuck myself up, you know, in the painting, whatever. What the? Wind me up. So, I don't think it'll be like the main crux of the portrait. It'll be more of in the background, but it'll help me start to figure out whether or not it's something viable. In using color, because that's the thing. I can do it in black and white when I've been playing with it. I've been pretty happy with the results there. I have not been happy with it when I play with it in color. Funk away! Yeah, but never deuceable. Let's quit the stereophonic funk producing, disco inducing, twin-kinetic funk receptors. Perfect for looking, see. Just wind me up, baby. We got no credit charge, baby. No extra expense. Comes us from remote control unit. Oh yeah, I'm programmable.
What? Madonna, baby bubba. What's up? Hey, Baba, think it's a funky things to play with.
Oil. Oil painting. Yeah. I don't like acrylics. They dry too fast on me. Even when I put them on pretty thick, I've never gotten any positive results on it.
Maybe your superhero, baby.
And I figure all the painters that I loved and still do, that I follow, you know, they're all dead, but they all worked in oils, so.
Fiona. So here. The world's up, baby bubba. For all seasons. A family drama. But I have been known to get into personal relationships. Oh, and on that. What? Me up!
I still got time before the kids. Damn, man, this is going fast. Oh, no. Ah! Ugh, fucker. There's the one I know, fungal, right? I don't like everybody knows that one, right?
Got the pull on the string now. Princess do this. Princess do that. Get the wind me up. So down, baby bubba. Sit here. I'm proud of FAI. Those funky things to play with. And you. Zilla! Funky receptors. Let me see. Be your superhero, baby doll. Let me dancing, and the dolls can book it down. Oh, I'm a boogie baby. If you wanna see me boogie, all you gotta do is wind me up. They came to boogie. They came to boogie down. They came to boogie. I'm a boogie baby. If you wanna see me boogie, all you gotta do is wind me up.
Getting there, right? Alright, we're gonna need more, we're gonna need some more of this violet. French ultramarine violet, or ultramarine violet. Let's put right on the dry shit. We need some more of the cobalt violet hue with the leak in it. It's always fun to pull off of here. I'm still not happy with the nose. The nose has some more work to do. Okay, you fuck, get in there. I take pride as a king of nature. I'm very ape and very nice.
If you ever need anything, please don't hesitate. Ask someone else first. I'm too busy acting like I'm naive. I've seen it all. I was here first. Right on the ground. And if you ever need anything, please don't hesitate, ask someone else first. I'm too busy acting like I'm naive. I've seen it all, I was here first. Right in the ground, into the sky, out of the sky, into the ground. Cobalt. Maybe I should have left well enough alone. It's not working. Dicked around with the nose again, and as I said before in the previous stream, if you ever paint dogs, understand that the nose is where you will make or break the portrait technically, because every dog's nose, well, it's not unique. Again, it's like fingerprints, so it's like it's mostly unique. It's not, he's only mostly dead. Oh, look who knows so much. What your friend said was to believe.
guess we're gonna try to give. I think we took too much of that. That's okay. I had a little bit extra there. That actually work out, I think, in my favor. Too much there. Whilst going to the park one day, in the very merry month of May, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in Far Bombay. Fly with me, let's fly away. Come fly with me, let's float down to Peru. And there's a one-man band and his flute for you. Fly with me, let's take off in the blue. Once I get you up there, where the air is rarefied, we'll just fly. Cause we're together, weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. Just say the word and we'll beat the birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. Come fly with me, let's fly away. Once I get you up there, where the air is rarefied, we'll just fly starry-eyed. Angels sing, 'cause we're together. Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. You just say the words and we'll beat the birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. Pack up, let's fly away. Getting there. Nearly there, right? I'm sure I'm missing on the nose area there. Still something. Hey there, cutes, put on your basin boots and come dance with me. Romance with me one evening for some terpsichore. Pretty face, I know a swinging place. Come on and dance with me. Romance with me on a crowded floor. And while the rhythm swings, what kooky things I'll be saying. 'Cause what is dancing, making love set to music playing, and the band begins to leave the stand, and folks start to run. As we win, so cheek to cheek we'll be. Come on, come on, come on, come on and dance with me. Hey there, cutes, put on your boozy boots.
Dance with me. Dance with me one evening for some terpsichore. Pretty face, I know a swinging place. Come on and dance with me. Romance with me on the crowded floor. And while the rhythm swings, what crazy things I'll be saying. 'Cause what is dancing? Any outside the music playing when the band begins to leave the stand and folks start to run as we ring home cheek to cheek we'll be. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Come on and dance with me. What time is it? 4:30. It's not late. No. No. Just early. 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 Just early, early, early. It's my bread and butter. Ain't got no other. It's on the TV. It spins on me. President, he sweat through his talcum. Newspaper man, he walk like a falcon. Hey, Daddy-o! Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. President. Look, man, we've been, man. Susan English to Dr. the Spin. For third day. It's not late. No! No! It's just early, early, early. It's my bread and butter. Ain't got no other. It's on the TV. It spins on me. He's hopping, man. About some damn she had. Send it back to old Baghdad. Spin doctor, shucks. It's oh so sad. What time is it? Alright, I gotta give kisses goodnight. This is really moving. This is really good. So,
Be right back. Probably should learn to fade that, but oh well. Alright, let's see. Let me get my stuff back on. I wish I could figure out again. That's a lot, I wish. I won't say it.
It's my bread and butter. Ain't got no other. It's on TV. Skin's on me.
Time's up. I felt the need to actually get a little preachy again with my son. It's more and more because he's at that age, man, where he's just super impressionable to dumb shit on the internet, and I'm like, I got to make sure that he's at least aware, you know, of how much garbage is actually on the internet. You know, not to listen to certain groups or whatever, you know, he may fall into when he's searching gaming shit or whatever. And I said to him, I was like, I don't know what video you were watching the other day. I said it was, yeah, it's supposed to be like random memes or whatever. I'm like, but at one point they were talking about, you know, a girl who asked a guy if she could have a pencil because she forgot one, or they were taking a test, and he said he didn't have any extras, even though he had 3 pencils right in front of him. And she's you know, she's like, come on, man. She's getting louder, and he's being louder about his denial of, you know. And at one point, he says in the thing, a minute later, some beta comes over and gives girl a pencil. And I was like, all right, but I just wanted to let you know that real simple there. If someone refers to themselves as an alpha or refers to somebody else as a beta male, $5 says they are not really what you would refer to as an alpha male. I was like, $5 says that they get nervous if a girl like even talks to them, let alone if they've ever probably even seen a boob. Yeah, like they're generic posturing bullshit. Don't fall for that shit. I said they are not some manly man thing. I was like, 10 to 1. I was ready to just go, 10 to 1, they got a really tiny penis. And they're going to be living in their mama's basement for quite some time. These are probably the same assholes that blame about, you know, so talk about getting in the fucking friend zone and shit. It's like, fuck you. Not every girl has to sleep with you. Not every girl has to, you know, submit to you or whatever. I get concerned sometimes that he's going to places, you know, online where he sees some of these bullshit posturing things and thinks that they're legit. That's how he should behave. Because sometimes he starts spitting little bits of that type of behavior out around the house. They don't last very long as long as I'm home, certainly. I mean, I'm sure they don't last very well with his mother here either, but I'll shoot him down immediately. I got the song that sing. I can make the rain go anytime I move my finger. Look at me, can't you see I'm in love? Life is a beautiful thing, as long as I hold the string. I'll be a silly so and so if I should ever let it go. I got the world on the string, sitting on a rainbow. Got the string around my finger. What a world, what a life, I'm in love. If I should ever let it go, I got the world on the string, sitting on a rainbow. Got the string around my finger. Whoa. Man, this is a life. Hey now. Like I was gonna explain to my boy that, like I said, like here's a stupid meme talking about alpha male, or like, you know, some beta, and I was like, I wanted to explain to him, like, you know the guys you see driving around with the truck and they got the balls on the back of the truck. That's probably because they don't have any of their own. You know, just point that out. This extra macho bullshit. It's the same garbage that you see, like, yeah, every now and then you're playing a game of Rocket League and you got somebody who's like, yeah, like I'm platinum pretty much for life, basically. There's no way I'm getting any better. And it's like, I see him sometimes talking and stuff, and I'm going, I hear the people that are in my platinum ranks go, oh, you fucking suck. And it's like, dude, you're in platinum with me. Shut the fuck up. You know? Cold ass honky. To the mezzanine, dressed in all pics at the gator shoes, those are green. Make girls standing next to me. Probably should have washed this. Smells like R. Kelly's sheets. Piss. Shit, it was 99 cents. If I sit down and have my money and I'm hella happy, that's a bargain, bitch. I'm gonna take your grandpa style. I'm gonna take your grandpa style. Don't forget, that's your grandpa. Can I have his hand me down? Thank you. Had a broken keyboard, I bought a broken keyboard. I bought a ski blanket, then I bought a new board. Hello, my America. I can make a pro wings, make it cool, sell those. The sneakerheads will be like, oh, he got the Velcro. This is fucking awesome. I'm gonna pop some tags and I got $20 in my pocket. I'm looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome. What you know about rocking a wolf on your noggin? What you know about wearing a fur fox skin? I'm digging how much to right through that luggage. One man's trash, that's another man's come up. Like a granddad for those in that plaid button up skirt. Then while I'm up in her skirt. Grammy, your auntie, your mommy, your mammy, I'll take the fudgy babies and I'll rock that motherfucker. The ones with the socks and that motherfucker. I hit the party and they stop in that motherfucker. That's hella tight. That's $50 for a t-shirt. Limited edition, let's do some simple additions. $50 for a t-shirt, that's just some ignorant bitch. Shit, I call that getting swindled and pinned. Call that getting tricked by business. That's just all the dope. That's it.
This club is a hello, don't peep gun. Come take a look through my telescope. Trying to get games tonight, and you hello won't. You hello won't. Goodwill. Poppin' tags. Yeah. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm looking for a comer. This is fucking awesome. I wear your granddad's clothes. I look incredible. I'm in this big ass coat from that thrift shop down the road. I wear your granddad's clothes. Damn right, I look incredible. I'm in this big ass coat from that thrift shop down the road. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm looking for a come. This is fucking awesome. It's worth noting that the penalty for not talking or chatting is just me singing. Wahahaha. Because I don't give a shit if I embarrass myself. Because I won't embarrass myself. My girl, lie to me. Tell me where did you sleep last night? In the pines, where the sun don't ever shine. I would shiver the whole night through. My girl, where will you go? I'm going where the cold wind blows. In the pines, where the sun don't ever shine. I would shiver the whole night through. But was a hard working man, just about a mile from here. His head was found in a dry wind, but his body never was found. I do my thing where I look at it in the big screen. Try to figure out where I'm missing them. There's a little bit of something here I think I'm not getting quite. Alright, I think if I just kind of tap that up. Give it a little more. Right there, right there. Oh, I think that worked out nicely. Alright, now we're going to tag, just to get some, it's a little harder to spot them, but let's get a little bit of life in those eyes, you know? Where will you go? I'm going cold windows. In the pines, where the sun will never shine. I would shiver the whole night through. My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines, the sun don't ever shine. I would shiver the whole night through. My girl, where will you go? Oops, no, go back. There we go, it's better. Pants, sun, shine, I would shiver.
I just want to make sure that I have like a little bit more variety in here too. Like just we might even want to almost like wash it on there. Like just get it some. So that's the only thing I didn't like so far as I've been seeing is I haven't been quite happy with my contrasts. I feel like he's kind of washed out when it comes to the shadowy areas. And it's like I don't want to go too hard. I like what I don't want to hide the colors, you know, that I put up there, but I don't want to also leave it too muddy in the middle, kind of, you know. I think if we go a little bit brown, you know, with a little bit of that burnt sienna, just again, not a whole lot, towards his middle areas. Then we add a little bit more of that kind of viridian, ultramarine like kind of thing we did. I think it'll work nicely. Pushing like little areas like right in here. This thing right here. Just spread it out a little bit, and once we go back in, save like that, and we'll throw in some of the orange again back into it. But again, just want to deepen up some of these areas. Give it a little pop, you know. Try to find the middle ground. Yeah, it's making a difference already. I can already see it. Oh yeah, that's oil paint. Sorry about that. I missed you. Let's focus on this. Keto. Yeah, it's this is actually my daughter's, my oldest daughter's dog on her mother's side. He passed away earlier this year, so she asked me to do this. A little while back, I kept asking her for the photo. She wouldn't send it to me. She wouldn't send it to me. So I finally found it on her Facebook page. So. I'm hoping to get it done in time for Christmas. But I don't think we're going to be pinning it again tomorrow because it feels like this is getting near the end here. So, yeah, but it is oil paints. It's all I ever work in here. Oil paints are like pencil. I mean, that's it. I don't do drawings very often on Twitch. Just because my setup is very... I can't say it's difficult to move. I'm just lazy. so to move it would require a great deal of effort, and I don't want to do that. So the only drawing I do on here would be, this. Ah, thank you very much, Mocap. Thank you. I assume that's someone clapping, right? I don't know. Let's see. What's it say? I should look at that. Shouldn't I? Yeah, well, that's just it. I mean, it's been a weird year. I'll be honest. With the exception of I did my goldfish once. And that was back in 2012. He's dead now. He died not long after I did the painting. But the I don't paint. I didn't paint animals. I'll say that. I did not paint animals. But this year, for whatever reason, a buddy of mine asked me to do his dog that died, and I was like, "Yeah, sure. No problem. I'll do that for you." And he paid me for it and everything. And no, this is actually my daughter's dog. I mean, it's a commission, quote unquote. Not really. She's not paying me anything. It's a birthday gift. This is a dog on her mother's side who passed away earlier this year. So she wanted this to be, wanted it to be memorialized. But like I said, I would never have considered myself an animal painter of any nature prior to this year. And my buddy asked me to do his dog, and I was like, all right, sure, that's fine, dude. I get it. Your dog died, and I totally can commiserate. I understand that. And I'm like, sure, I'll do it. And I didn't expect that to turn into anything. And then my other buddy said, hey, can you paint my dog, who was alive, thankfully. And that was after I decided to paint my cat, Kyram. And I was like, oh, fuck, am I painting animals this year? Like, it's like, shit, I didn't intend for this. But I painted his dog, and then, like I said, my daughter's dog passed, and she wanted it done too, so. Let's see, how long have I been on this one? This is the 8th episode, right? This is part 8. So, I pretty much average those out to about 2-hour streams, I'd say. So, about 16 hours. From drawing to here. Maybe a little bit more, not counting like the, minute and a half here or whatever. And half a minute here, like, all the stuff that you end on, I guess. I was not expecting it to be this fast of a painting for me. I was expecting it to be slow like some of the earlier paintings this year, because I just figured I wanted to really capture him. That's funny, too, because I have a weird relationship with this dog. This is, like I said, this is my ex-wife's dog, on my daughter's mother's side. Well, she was my ex-wife, but or still is. I don't know. I'd still be that way. But anyway, I digress. But I was always, every time I picked her up, every time I picked my daughter up, I was always waiting for my ex-wife to be like, sick him, Like, I don't believe in bad dogs. I don't think, like, because it's a pit bull, it's a bad dog. But I was always on edge with this dog because it's my ex-wife's dog, man. I'm in their house, and I don't know if she trained it to, like, if she could train it to be like, and then to attack Brian, like. So I was just like, I was always kind of terrified every time I stepped in there. Because my ex-wife and I were a little contentious, Though I'll be honest, my brother's going through a split right now with his wife, and she makes my ex-wife look like a dream to deal with. Well, it's a lot faster than, like I said, than I expected to be doing it. When I was in college and stuff like that many, many years ago, I was a much faster painter than I am nowadays. Though I think my results were much sloppier too, so I think that's kind of a nice trade-off. I'll take the slow speeds for getting what I want out of the damn thing. There were a lot of times I would be finishing a painting and I was abandoning it. It was just like, I'd get through it, and I'd be like, oh, fuck this, and I just, it's done. And I just take it off the easel, throw it over the wall, whatever, and throw it in the studio, or the drying racks that they had at the school, and be like, all right, I don't care, just whatever, next painting, And I may do the same exact subject and try it again, but it was just like, that painting was dead to me. Whatever, we're gone. That's if it didn't get thrown across the room. So I had a habit of doing that too if things didn't go exactly how I wanted them to go. Is that green? Is that green? I'm just trying to darken up some of these tones where, especially like, so there's not a lot of contrast as there is in the reference photo. I want to deepen that up a little bit. Get a little more, like fur isn't smooth, It's like kind of, I have a little extra shadow here and a little bit there, and it's a weird little highlight that happens kind of right here at that joint. That's mixed up for that. I wanted that color there. But a lot of paintings I've been doing this year so far have been very, very, for their size, been slow. Like the first painting I did on Twitch was about the same size, almost identical actually, and it took me like 23 episodes or something stupid like that. Right now, I'm above 50 followers. I do all the, I never miss my stream dates, so I'm well above whatever requirements for days are. And hold on, let me check. I think it's under achievements. And I average 2.65 viewers, so I'm just shy of 3 right now. So if I get that average for the month, I guess, and I hit affiliate, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm getting there. I figure what I'm going to do when I hit affiliate is I'll end up with like I'll do an all-day stream. Though it's going to have to wait till the new year. I can't do it in this, until I have a new time off from work or I get fired. Either or. Which that could happen still. But I need to have just enough time off right now. Like I have just enough left over that if I take it, I know my kids are going to end up sick as a dog or something, and I'm going to have to take off. So I want to just be safe on that end.
Why the sight, anticipating the end, losing the will to fight. It's a yes and no, and a notion of man.
Now, do you guys paint at all? You said, obviously you said you do, right? Keita, right? Yeah, you do. Do you as well, Milcap? I'm using oils. I always do oil paints. And I should also ask, wait, hold on. That's what I was doing in our stream last. 35 hours on painting in a weekend? Holy. Whoa! Holy shit. Do you still stream regularly, or I absolutely will follow. But fair warning, I'll tell you one thing I've gotten into a habit of. I've just started it, but I'm going to make it a good habit. Is I'm trying to draw during my lunch break, and I've decided that my lunch break drawings will be Twitch streamers that I follow. So I did one of my buddy Mike, who's he's Theseus Paradox. I think he's hosting me right now. Yeah, he's got me on auto host, so he's hosting me, I think. But he was doing, like, he does a lot of crafty work, and he was doing something, and so I was like, I was on my lunch break working from home, and I was like, fuck yeah, Mike's working, so I started drawing. And then Grazie very much. Thank you very much, Keto. Thank you. And then, so I did that, and I was like, I finished up a stream here one night, and I went over and hosted Pink Eye Epoxy. I really dig her portraits and stuff, so, and she was doing a portrait that night, and I was like, alright, I should talk about it. I'm like, alright, I'm not going to do this from the stream, because when I did do it from Mike, it killed me. He was just moving all the time, and I'm like, alright, he's not getting back to that same position. Shit, alright, I'm just going to start it again. And as soon as I started trying to start again, he went back to the position I had drawn him in originally. I was like, fuck you, Mike! You know, he does, I love him. But, so I said, alright, for Pink Eye, what I'll do is I'll just find an old stream, you know, one of her old videos, and I'll just work off of that. And so I did that. And then I did John Sandman. I've still got to fix his eye. It's a little slothy. Like, you know, hey, you guys! Slothy. So, fair warning. If I click follow on you, you could end up in one of my terrible drawings. Cool. Excellent. Yeah, I tried. I mean, I don't... Like, I've streamed once or twice, I think. I've done Rocket League on here, because it's the only game I play, really. Because it's the only game I have time for. Like, my son and I share the same PS4. It was mine. No longer mine, it seems. So I, you know, those 5-minute games work very well for my schedule, so. I did tell him for his birthday, though, actually, on the February 22nd. He's going to be on here. His face, I won't let him do the face cam, but I told him, I said, I'll let you stream on my channel. And he goes, I'm like, yeah, you go ahead. All right. You thought you'd see there, and I saw the surprise and the fear in his eyes when I took his glass of champagne. I hope that you said, honey, we may be threatened. It's not back there. Getting a little more contrast. That's all I really wanted to do is pop that out a little bit. I mean, I edited the original photo. There was a leash and a shadow from the leash, so I took all that out. So it's been kind of guessing, you know, where things should be when it comes to the rest of the shadow. I'm not big on social graces. Think I slip on down to the oasis. But I really don't like to stream my gaming on here because pretty shitty. Like I'm a solid Plat 2 Division 1 maybe, yeah, depending. I hit Plat 3, but I went back down again. So okay. Well, like I'll tell you this: like the next painting I'm doing here will be a self-portrait, primarily because I don't have to worry about offending anybody. Like, you know, like as far as the model goes, like, you know, I don't make people sit for me anyway. Usually, like I had in college, I made a few people sit for me, but they were friends of mine that knew, like, this might not end up looking like you because I may be so like focused on the way a little bit of light reflects off your nose or whatever that I'll fuck the rest of it up, and I don't care. Like that's all I'll focus on. But they knew that. They're cool. You know, they were cool about it. But now most of those people I would have sit for me either live far away or just their schedules suck like mine does, and so I can't expect that. I guess one would say, I guess my specialty would be landscapes. I do more of those than anything else. I don't get to paint plein air like I used to. I really loved to do that stuff before, but again, I can only paint at night now. That's the only time I have, and so it is what it is. I keep joking with the wife. I said if I ever hit to a point where, like, my job decides to shit can me, or I decide that that's fuck enough and I walk the hell out, I'll give it a shot to try to hit like a, not just the affiliate, but try to gain a lot, whatever. I said, and then if I could get that, and I can get a good network, a good unlimited plan or something like that on my Wi-Fi, on my cell phone, if I can afford that, then I'll start painting plein air again. Use that as a modem. Okay, yeah, I've been there. Yeah. Now I got the 9 to 5, but it still sucks. My commute is about an hour and 15 minutes on a good day. Like each way, I should say. Well, it's about an hour going in, and it's about an hour and 15 coming home. So it's like, this is all I got. I can do. Like I've set up a schedule pretty tight. My wife and I have agreed to it as. Basically, it's like even if I don't, like literally if all my followers just dropped it, like literally just everybody dropped me, I'd still stream on the schedule I've kept because it's been keeping me coming in here. Before, I used to do some live streams on Facebook and stuff, but it was just whenever I was in here. And there would be times where it's just like, I'm not going out there tonight. And then it'd be like, I'm not going out there tonight too. And it's like 3-4 days would pass by and I wasn't going out, and it's like, So I like that I've been on a schedule, as best I can. Every now and then, one of my kids throws a wrench in the plants, and they have like my oldest daughter, got inducted to a what's the phrase for it? It's like an honor society at her college, and she's getting inducted again. I don't know when. I've been there for that one, dude. So, are you in college or still in high school? I guess with that many hours, it would have to be college, right? So, believe me, I am sympathetic with that. I waited tables. My oldest daughter, the one this is for, was born in my freshman year in college. High school, really? Holy shit, they let you do that much hours? With work? Oh, shit. God damn. Oh, okay. Alright, senior year. Now, I was going to say, college, I would totally, believe me, I waited tables, and I was working about 35 hours a week waiting tables. And then I had, obviously, full-time school. So, and then I had, trying to still do stuff outside of it regarding painting, not just in my painting classes. And then I was a father freshman year, So, from that time on, I'll spend time with the kids, So, believe me, I commiserate. Don't burn yourself out. That's the only thing I can say. Don't let the stuff you feel you kind of need to do at the time keep you from what you really need to do. That makes sense. I hope it makes sense. That's the one thing I got distracted on for a while. I started focusing so much on, I got to make money to take for my kid now, that I think it really disrupted my art career. Like I got real, and I can't say I know that. Like when I was in college, it was a lot easier to get a show for whatever reason. I mean, I literally was walking up to places like, "Hey, you want to show my paintings?" They're like, "Hell yeah!" I'm like, "All right, cool." Like the next weekend, I'd be up there, coffee shop or whatever, popping up paintings, and I didn't think much of it because I was like, whatever. I'm sure everybody does this. And I was talking to a teacher in my senior year, and they were like, "Wait, you've had shows?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've had 5 or 6 in different coffee shops. I mean, they're coffee shops. What's the big deal?" They're like, "I know people who've been out of college for 10 years that haven't gotten whatever, not that long, but it's been a long time since I had this conversation." But they were like, "I know people who've been out of college for a year or two, and they haven't gotten any shows yet." I'm like, "Oh, I wasn't asked." So I was actually cooking for a while and getting a bit of a name, and then my daughter came to live with me after right at the end of my senior year of college, And it's like, oh, I gotta find a real job. And it's like, oh, I gotta find a real job. And then, you know, I spent so much time working on that shit that I forgot to paint, basically. Oh, there you go. Yeah, hell yeah. Best of luck. Absolutely. Best of luck on you. I'm still trying to get some new shows now. Like I said, when I was in college, it seemed like I could just like, go up to anybody. Hey, can I have a show? And nowadays I'm sending out, artist statements and samples, and it's like, Well, I'll tell you this, as someone that did it, I had shows. I didn't sell much back then. I don't sell much now. Best show I had was at a coffee shop that's now defunct here. Back in 2011 or 2012. I sold 3 paintings, and I had to discount them before I ended up actually selling them. So, oh, that's awesome. Oh, that'll definitely help. Where are you planning to go to school? I think Champ's done too. I see one little spot. Let's just float down just right in there. Just reshape that eye a little bit. Is it a good art program? I'm not familiar with the school, so I'm just... And are you from South Carolina, or is it just somewhere you're looking? Figure out what color I'm going to paint his, paint my name in. There's F's. Let's do this. And let's do it with the Viridian a little bit. Viridian look easier. This is probably unnecessary to do on mine garbage painting, but... Oh, okay. Well, I'll say this. If you take art classes, don't let them steal the fun from you. And if the school's not focused on art, it might be a little easier to survive on that. Like, I went to the University of Arts. And those teachers, man, I swear to God, they were, And I said this last time I started talking about them, and I want to make sure I say it because you weren't in that conversation. But, I don't want to bash the school because they are much better now from what I can see. But the teachers that I had when I went there seemed to be very they did not like the fact that I was so Van Gogh-esque. And I was thicker and sloppier, I think, even back then. But not to say Van Gogh sloppy. I was getting that part yet, the good part. But they seemed to be so dead set against it that they just railed on me like 4 years, basically, in a row. I had one teacher, only one in my painting teachers, that actually was like cool with what I was doing and understood what I was going for. Who understood that I didn't intend it, and nor do I still intend it to be the only style I will ever paint in. But the majority of them were just assholes. I don't know how else to put it. And they almost made me not want to paint anymore. which is why I still very much paint the way I did in college, or like I said, a little bit better, I guess, but because I took a long break after college, and then I was like, all right, I got to painting again. And I was like, nah, you know, I can't. And then I actually shut down my studio here. I closed this whole room up early 2014 when a friend of mine passed away. So I was in here working on something, and it was kind of a shock, and it's like suddenly the studio didn't feel right. Like literally, primarily because I had shit smashed and broken in here, and I did not handle that death very well, nor do I still. But after I ended up having a mental breakdown at work, and my shrink was like, okay, first things first, you need to start doing art again. He goes, you've denied yourself this, and I think, he goes, this is what's, he goes, yes, work is some of it. Yes, your friend's death is some of it. He goes, but the fact that you've cut yourself off, like, he goes, that's killing you. And he goes, that will kill you. So he prescribed me art, basically, to go look at it in museums and stuff first, and then start painting again. If you, I'll give you the advice I kind of tell my kids, though, which is to avoid that situation. Keep it a hobby if you can. I mean, if you think you make, you know, a living off it, then yeah, sure. Try to avoid making it the absolute necessity to breathe, if you can, because that's what went wrong with me. Is it became such a huge part of my life, painting specifically, which I didn't start doing until just before my senior year of high school. But things were going on around it that like this was my way out, and it was like I was so locked in on it that, and then through college, I mean, my kid was born freshman year. I got married between my freshman and sophomore year to the baby's mother. We were separated within 8 months, and surprise, surprise, not a lot of girls will want to date you. Here's another fun bit of life advice. Not a lot of girls will want to date you if you are a 20-year-old divorcee with a kid. Shocker, I know. So, like, life was pretty shitty for a while, and I found this as my comfort. So, you know, if you can, like, my youngest is really, for 8 years old, is shockingly good at painting and drawing. Like, I think she surpasses me at drawing. I didn't really paint until I was, again, right before that junior year, like between junior and senior year of high school. So I can't really judge off of that, but she's really good on those too. Like they did one of those like little, what the hell do they call them, like painting with twists or whatever, like one of those types of things. And what she came back with versus what her friends at the place were coming back with was jaw dropping. And I was like, oh my god, she's me. And like I was like, oh shit, I don't want her to. You know, I don't want to discourage her from art. I don't want to discourage her from creating or from understanding art or loving it. But at the same point, it's like, just don't make this your life. Because if it's your life, you're gonna... It's painful. It's painful if you can avoid it. I mean, I get it if you can't. I do. Believe me, I get it. But if you can avoid it, if you have a choice, choose to just keep it as something you like. Don't try to put too much behind it. Like, I get stuck thinking about, like, when I paint, I'm literally thinking about museums. And I'm not thinking about my shows or anything like that, or selling a painting. I'm thinking 100 years from now, when I'm long dead and buried, will I be in a museum or not? That's how I think about my paintings. That's not a good way to be. You know? I know that, but it's like at the same point, it's like I'm so... Like, you know, like literally I end up fantasizing about like whether or not I can have, you know, at some point somebody I have a painting of tulips. I don't have a very good sample over here. Yeah, I'll put a little set up here. Yeah, maybe I'll put it both. Alright. And you go onto that website there. That's my website. Not that I've done much, so. No, yeah, that's cool. And like I said, that's amazing to find. And by all means, I'm not trying to turn you away. But if you can find a career that you like, that you can do, and like I said, see, my problem is that, like, I'm in an office building that I can't stand. I can't take the place. I can't. There was a big lead up to my breakdown. And literally, if I don't do this, I mean, my depression will take over, and, you know, I hate to say it, but I'll lose. Let's put it that way. And I'm trying to apply out of it, and I'm like, I can't find anything because nothing's this. If it's not this, then I have no. It's just going to be the same. It's going to be the same shit. It's just going to be different names, basically. Don't get me wrong. I still have to get out. I know that, but the you know, it's definitely a like I said, if it's something I was always so, like, well, I can't say always, but from junior year, between junior and senior year of high school to now, even, like, art's so everywhere. Oh yeah, when I did the I've gotten very good with my greens, I think. I was a little like that tulips painting. That's my first painting that I'd done after my breakdown. So it was really, I was trying to pick something that would be relatively simple, that could also be bright and colorful, that I can get back into the swing of things. So I had done that one, and then I did like a landscape right after it. I actually sold it earlier this year. John Hines Nature Reserve painting. Can you see? You can see a little bit behind there. I'm going to move the camera a little bit. But like this, the stuff I was doing then compared to, like, you see this little tree roots with moss back there. Let's see if I can get it to focus, because it's always tries to focus on the boom. No, not there. Right there. Oh, dropped it. I dropped it. Alright, there we go. Like, I feel like I got a lot more control over those greens now. I get a lot more variety out of them now than I had for a while. There's Champ's face. That's not there. Just about right where it was. That's kind of where it was. But I have dreams about those tulips being, like, one day shown next to sunflowers. Like, that'd be fucking amazing. You know, like, so I think weird shit like that sometimes. And it becomes a painful thing, because it's like stuff I go, I'm never going to live to see that, you know? What do I got? A Canon, something or other here. It's a Canon something. Account. Shit, the fuck is this one again? Should it be on there somewhere? It's probably like underneath the battery, I can't say it. There we go, HFR 800. Right now, it's a cheap little 219. I mean, not cheap, but. And then this little fucker here. It's just a cheesy little webcam. And then I have the Aver capture card feeding, which comes off the camera. And what's this thing? Euphoria UM2. They're good. They're not great. I have it going through Streamlabs, so it's all like, you know, and then it just goes through my laptop, which I bought a while back, trying to learn how to do like Blender gaming, like stuff like 3D modeling and stuff like that. But even as much as it's an okay computer, you know, it's decent speed and all that stuff, but trying to do the rendering and animation stuff where I was at in those lessons, can't handle it. So I was like, oh, well, I'll find something else to use it for then. So ended up being pretty good for this. It's a pain in the ass to run the Ethernet cable out here so it will stream smoothly, but it ended up working. Thankfully, I guess, I don't know what the hell these owners before this, that owned this house did before, but there's like a hole like right out here where it runs into the other part of the basement, because this is all sealed. This was used to be a garage, and then the owners before it sealed it up. You know, made it. He had it as he was like a very handyman guy, and so he sealed it all off, but there's no heat or anything else, and so but there's this hole there, so thank God. Yeah, that's what I started with. If you go back and well, I guess you can't on Twitch because I only saved it for like 30 days, but let me get I'll show you my YouTube archives. Oh man, there we go. There we go. Oh, no shit. That's what I do. So these are my, like, if you go back to, there's the Bridge of Troyrin Farm Trail, like they were two of the same webcams I have for this thing, and they were pains in the asses. They're not supposed to autofocus, yet they had autofocus, so they kept shifting out of focus, and I'd be halfway through a band, you know, through a stream, I'm going, oh shit, it's out of focus again. So I had enough of that. Used to use one as a face cam. I was like, palette's probably more important to the viewer than it is to, you know, to see me. Plus you have to anyway because this thing's here and it's always going to be there. I want to figure out, like, if you're not familiar with the Pink Epoxy, she's got an awesome setup. I don't know how she's... I tried to look at it in the background to see how she's got her cameras so that, like, she's never in the way of her paint. I have no idea how to do it. Because, I mean, it doesn't help that I'm always changing the size of canvas. So it's like, this thing's next, the next one's going to probably be 16 by 20. And this thing's... How big was this one? 20... I think it was like 21 by 28 or something. Or no, 21 by 24? No, it's not that. That's not a square, right? 28. Yeah, I was right. It's 28. Yeah, 21 by 28. So I constantly change sizes. I constantly, you know, so it's like I got to move the camera, zoom in and out, and so it's a pain in the balls if I tried to do anything that would just be consistent, because it won't be. Camera placement. I think that's it for Champ, though. Yeah. The camera, I will admit, now I said it's an okay camera, but I think the capture card. It's either the capture card or it's my something with Streamlabs kicking in and out of as it kicks it out to Twitch. That it has a like it's coming across like a 720p kind of like quality, even though it's supposed to be a 1080p and a 1080p. So if you want to see a little better shot of this thing tonight, you can also hit my Instagram, which is @Menaceart, or my Facebook page, which is Brian Coates Paintings. Either one of those just have a better picture of us. But I did. See, I don't. How small was the canvas if it wasn't? So I always do on either of it's tiny. Well, the smallest I ever worked was like 10 by 14. So it's not like I do tiny ones. But let's actually do stream. That follow button now while I'm thinking about it before I forget. Okay, good. Yeah, follow one now. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Oh, cool. So it's like a bunch of... Oh, nice. Nice. That's excellent. I only did one diptych, quote unquote, in my life, and it's not really the best of ones. So, that's awesome. Gotta clear these things out. Ah, that's alright. That's cool. That's excellent, though. Yeah. I'll have to track that down on your feed. I can. I guess you're pretty... I think you're pretty new on Twitch, too, right? Like, I only started this year or so. And, yeah, you just joined earlier this year. Yeah. So you're like me. You're a newbie. They showed it upside down. Oh, man. Oh, shit. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, there's something to be said about representational work versus, you know, if we do anything with abstraction a little bit in there. Well, you know what? That's always a quick way to figure out if your drawing's not quite, you know, you can't quite figure out what's wrong with it. Flip your canvas or whatever right upside down. I mean, it sounds so simple and so stupid, but you'll find what's wrong with it in a second. I had a buddy of mine in high school. We sat on tables. I don't know what it was in your school, but ours was in these big ass tables that were 4 seats, you know, 2 on each side. And so I'd be sitting there drawing, and I'd be drawing. He'd go, "That looks stupid," and I was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He wasn't the best with critiques, I'll be honest. But he knew what he was trying to point out, you know? So he's like that right here. And I was like, "What are you talking about? This is exactly what I was doing. I was aiming for." And he just goes, whoosh, like that on me. I was like, "Son of a bitch!" Like, it was just so perfectly done like that. I mean, it was probably, what, junior or senior year? I can't remember. High school. But it was pretty funny. It was just like, because I almost got pissed off at him. I was ready to just jump across the table and punch him in the face. Yeah. And it was like, just the way he'd said it was so abrupt, but it was like, oh, I get it. So then we got like into a habit of regularly just reach across the table on each other. So it ended up working out, I guess. It's a little harder to do it with the canvas, but I did do it. I did it with a photo, because it was my buddy Mike's dog, Wilma. I was working on that painting. I was having trouble figuring it out. I was missing something. I couldn't figure it out. And then I flipped it over on the, just in my photo editor or whatever on my phone. I was like, okay, I've seen all these little bits. I was like, okay, that's what I'm missing. That's what I'm missing. So. Oh, yeah, absolutely. If you got it, man. If you got a link, post it. Absolutely. I mean... Yeah, I've said this a couple times to different people on here. I love looking at art. Anything. Absolutely anything. But the, well, yeah, I mean, you gotta do it. And you gotta take no shame whatsoever in if you gotta fix something, like if somebody shows it wrong or whatever, fucking by all means, set them right. Even if something that they can show, like, again, I'll go back to college. I had, like I said, I had a lot of teachers that, like I said, they were real pains in the asses. And they hammered me. My senior year, you do a senior thesis, you have all this shit, right? You get all you have paintings that you want to show as, this is what I've been working on for 4 years, or whatever. Oh, wow. Oh, shit, and they fucked that up? How the hell did they do that? Oh, well, they're just morons. I mean, for the most part, you're going to have flowers blooming anyway. That's just stupid that they fucked that up. But the guy was harassing me. Like, like I say, the teacher I had for senior year, just, we're going through the final critique, and he's bashing all my works, bashing every single one of them, right, tearing them down. And he got this one painting. It was a still life with pears and a candle. And he tore into that one. Oh, Christ, he hated that painting. And he went ape-ass on it and ripped me to shreds on it. And then here in the Philly area, near the University of Arts where I went to school, they have, I think the company's still around. It's a company called Roman Haas. And they have basically, once a year, they go to each art school in the Philadelphia region. So they go to Tyler School of Art, they go to the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts, they go to the University of Arts. They went to the Art Institute of Philadelphia, that I think that shut down. Moore College of Art, and what's the other one I'm thinking of? I forget one. Anyway. But they go to each of these schools, and they go through the entire school, not just one department. So for the University of Arts, you have animation, photography, 3D, not 3D design, industrial design, graphic design, illustration, painting, sculpting, ceramics, jewelry, I'm forgetting another major. But whatever, like you got like 8 different majors that you could take, right? They went through every single one of them. I picked one piece. One piece, that's it. And like I said, from each school. So every, Moore got one, Art Institute got one. University of Arts got one. A painting of pears and a candle, that's mine. Right? So that was a huge prize, because this is not anyone from the school picking it. This is someone completely third party, uninvolved, doesn't know the history or anything. Right? They're picking what's going to work for them. And so then they do a luncheon. And the luncheon's with the artist and one of the teachers from the school, or their senior year teacher. And so here's the same asshole who tore me to shreds like 2 weeks earlier. And we're at this luncheon. And he leans there, oh, you know what I love about this painting, blah, blah, blah. And I looked at him dead in the face. I was like, are you serious? I said, what do you mean? I was like, this isn't your guys' victory. This is not the victory of the University of Arts painting department. I was like, you ripped me to shreds on this fucking piece. All right? I was like, this is mine. I beat you guys. That's all you can say about it, Oh, what the hell? Oh, sorry, I dropped down there. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. Is that a peony? Right, that's a peony, right? I have one of those that grew over here. It's beautiful. I keep meaning to get it, but I can never get a good angle. It's just because it's like I don't want to do this like that close up of one, because I want to get I have 2 flowers on it. But the problem is to get the whole plant. I'm trying to figure out. It always leans one way, where if I take that photo, it's got my neighbor's like bushes and crap. Not even bushes. They're like little. Their little garden or whatever right there, and it's like oh, Camilla. Okay. It looks very much like I said. Looks like my peony. Nah, it looks good though. It's a beautiful painting. Very nice. Now, is this in acrylics or oils? Chalk? Really? Let me try to zoom in. See what. Wow. Very nice. Very, very nice. Wow, and you've only been doing this for 2 years? That's fucking amazing. That's great. You do have a great talent. Just don't ever let the talent taken advantage of. It still requires work. Oh, shit. Actually, that's wonderful. And you know what? It's funny too, because I kind of always said kind of a similar thing. It's like, you can put me in front of, but it's like, again, for me with landscapes, you can put me in front of like a landscape with all sorts of crazy shit going on, and I could seem to just pick it out and get each little bit exactly as I want it. Oh shit, my computer, I haven't dropped any frames yet, right? Okay. I actually haven't dropped the frame rate. I may, let me turn up my music, because that's killing me. Got a lot of windows open too. Goes up to translate, since I don't have anybody trying to get me to say dirty things in Spanish anymore. But you put me into like too much of a flower, like a bouquet, like I'm talking not just one set of flowers, but you're talking, you got some lilies and mums or whatever all mixed in together and shit. I get lost. I try to, but I get lost pretty easily when it comes to, especially when you got a lot of leaves flying over too. So. And don't let speed become too much of a goal either. I'm just gonna put this on charge. So you should still be able to hear me. I've got a loud enough voice. The work is done when the work is done. Some stuff will just flow. It'll just pop out. Other stuff, you're just gonna have to kind of grind through it till you get it. And that's not a, like, I like to think about, like, when I've said it on here a few times, like, I'm digging for the form, trying to, almost, it works better as a sculpture idea, but like carve it out, like I'm trying to literally hammer through and find those colors. Thankfully, I guess I can say that because of streaming, I don't get as stuck in a mental place that I used to, where I did a portrait of, she's now my wife, but we were dating at the time. Back, God, Jesus Christ, 2001, 2002. It was a big fucking portrait. I mean, it's like 5 feet across or something like that. It's huge. It's of her sleeping or whatever, and I fought on that painting left and right. I could not seem to. There was something missing, and it eventually got to a point where I hit like a fugue-like state, where I know that I must have gone to the bathroom, only because there were a lot of soda bottles laying around my feet, so I know I drank those, but I don't remember drinking them, and I don't remember going to the bathroom. I know I didn't sleep for 48 hours. I know I didn't eat for 48 hours. But I was just, I was like in a zone. The only thing I can say I sort of remember was I was a smoker at the time, and I do remember smoking. But the reason I remember that is because that was still considered part of my painting process. I'd go out and smoke a cigarette, and the whole time I'm thinking about the painting, so it was like still kind of together. My friends tell me they came over and talked to me during that time. I don't remember. I have no idea. I had another incident last year. I was working on a painting about almost exactly the same time. I was doing a landscape of it's a hill on my drive home. I couldn't get it. And everything was, my mind was elsewhere. So I finally put on a violinist I just heard about that day. Her name was Hilary Hahn. Well, it is still Hilary Hahn. Man, I put that album on and I went into a fugue state again. Difference being, as opposed to last time. Last time I remember painting. This time, I had no memory of the painting. Listen to the album ends, I'm like, huh? And there's more paint on there than there was before. So I put on another one of her albums. Same thing happens again. I have no fucking memory of that painting. So eventually I was like, fuck, get it out of my house. I sent it to her reps or whatever. I was like, with a note basically like, hey, don't tell me what you think about this. I don't care. I just need this fucking thing out of my house. Because it was like a telltale heart for a while. But thankfully, now that I stream, I'm like forced to kind of keep jabbering on and talk, which is helpful. Yeah, it's definitely Van Gogh. Vincent is I consider myself his apprentice. Let me show you something. I like showing this off when I can find it. Where the fuck is it? Alright, where the fuck did it go? Literally, I just saw it too. No, that's a snake. Not a real one, don't worry. There it is. You will not find many people that have this. I'll get back again. That is his signature. Yeah, you didn't know. As far as I know, I'm the only person that has that hat. I've never seen another person with one. I bought it at the Philadelphia Museum of Art, 2002, 2001, something like that. Like I said, I consider myself like an apprentice separated by 100 years plus. I think I'm starting to move away from it. Like I said, there's something I'm working on. I think in the next self-portrait, it's going to be in the background. So. And that's going to be next episode, I guess, because I think I'm done here. I might have to do some rearranging, though, before the next episode, which could make things difficult. I think I have to use that screw now that I think about it. And I don't think I can get to that screw very easily right now. Hold on. Yeah. These are only 2 of my books. 2. I have... oh, that's blocked by a box. Probably another 4 or 5 over there, and I have probably another 4 or 5 upstairs. Yeah. Those are the complete works. I got those from a tip. Oh yeah, well, if you look at Starry Night, if you ever get to see it in person, there's a lot more of that showing, of the canvas showing, than a lot of people are aware of. It happens in a lot of his paintings. It's one of the reasons I always say to people, you can say you like paintings that I pretty much guessed, but it's one of most people know, but if you like, I know a lot of people, like my daughter, my oldest, that I'm doing this for, she says she loves Starry Night. She's never seen it, and I tell her very honestly she's never seen it, and she's like, well, but you like the print of it, you don't know whether you like the painting of it because you haven't seen it yet, and I'm very insistent on that. Actually, Starry Night was my 100th Van Gogh that I saw in person. I had all the Philadelphia Museum of Art ones for a while. The Met I went to on a school trip, and I saw them there. Then in 97 or 98, there was a show called Van Gogh's Van Goghs that had come to the DC, the National Gallery of Art. And my buddies and I took a trip. Well, we took 2 trips. It was me and my one buddy Bill, the first one. We went on a 4 a.m. train to line up out front of the museum in freezing November weather. And we waited in line so we could get into the first hour's worth of the show. We were in there for about 3.5, 4 hours, something like that. There were 77 Van Goghs, I think. Some of them were already in the museum, so I'd already seen those ones. But the way it boiled down, I did the math on it all, and I was like, holy shit, I've seen 99 Van Goghs. And the school was doing it, the University of Arts was doing a trip up to New York again. I was like, alright, as much as I'm not a huge fan of modern art, abstractionism or anything like that, I like to have a starting point for someone to talk to in a weird way. That's a whole other story. I was like, we gotta go to the MoMA, to my buddy Davin. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, we have to go to the MoMA. And I was like, and you have to guide me through it. And he's like, what the fuck you mean I have to guide you through it? I was like, I cannot see another Van Gogh. I don't know the layout. I was like, I'm going like this through that museum. And he goes, are you high? And I'm like, no. And I've explained to him, I'm like, you know, yeah, well, that's fine. Like, I'll go back to it in a second. So, like, my buddy Davin walked me through the MoMA like this until he placed me right in front of Starry Night. And literally, he like, kind of shooed people out of the way. And he's just like, this is kind of important, please. And I'm like this, and he goes, all right. I was like, made sure it was my 100th Van Gogh that I saw personally. But yeah, and that's what I mean. You have to see this stuff in person if you can. And going back to abstraction, I'll be honest. It's not that I can't say that I dislike a lot of that, or I can't say I dislike abstractionism as a whole. There are abstract paintings and painters that are really good at it. There are a lot of charlatans, and there's definitely a difference in them. I guess I should do that one time again. I haven't done one of those episodes in a while. Just talking about art in general. But, like, there's a lot about Pollock that I don't think people understand. And so people... I was worried about that. I did tell him. He was like, seriously, dude, we will be arrested in New York if that happens. Because he and I were busting stones about it a little bit. I was like, dude, you better not fuck me over on this. I'm like, you dragged me through that. But he's one of those buddies, too, that, you know, I'm pretty sure I could show up covered in blood and be like, dude, you know, I fucked up. And he'd be like, all right, let's go find some, you know, trash bags. We'll bury the body. You know, one of those types of friends. Oh, I love Peter Draws. Peter Draws is great. He actually is kind of the inspiration behind what I plan on bringing into my work. It's not going to fully abstract my work, but it'll definitely, some of the stuff that he's done led me to start thinking about a different sort of patterning that I might end up playing with. And like I said, that's probably going to play out in the next painting, the self-portrait. But all right, it has been fantastic talking to you. I have to call it quits, though. I got to get up for work tomorrow, unfortunately. Those pieces of shit, you know, need me to be there to be yelled at. So, but I appreciate the follow, and I've been having a wonderful conversation. Oh, wow, that's awesome. That's really cool. Well, if you ever get to see him, tell him I like his work, too. I've followed him on YouTube, and I also followed him on Society6.com is like a store for printing. You can sell prints and shit through there. Like it's all print on demand. And I followed Peter on there as well. So, but anyway, like I said, I gotta call it quits. So it has been absolutely lovely talking to you. Best of luck for the scholarship and everything. And like I said, keep on, dude. You're doing fantastic work. All right. I look forward. Hopefully, be here tomorrow night. Next stream is 9:15ish tomorrow night. I have to take my kid to karate, and so when it's over, it's over. It's when I come back. So, and so thank you very much, and that's Champ. That's gonna be it. Have a great night.